The Houston Museum of Natural Science is currently hosting Discovering the Civil War, an exhibition that combines documents from the National Archives with objects from the Now Collection, one of the largest privately held collections of Civil War artifacts. Amanda Norris gives us an overview of the exhibition.
These are documents that have only been on display here in Texas. Each time the exhibit travels, they switch out the original documents. And it's not in the usual form of as the war progressed. It's actually more laid out by theme and talking about everyday people and how they interacted with each other during the Civil War, as well as the connections between all of our military leaders and soldiers in the North and the South. Documents are different than the tactile items in the exhibit because they are more of a personal nature. You get to see people's handwritings, you get to see how they were kind of feeling emotionally through what they are writing. And being able to see these particular documents firsthand, this is almost a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for some people, because going to the National Archives in Washington, you're going to be able to see what's open to the public. But what we've done in this exhibit is we've taken items from the stacks, as they call them, and have put them out for the public to see for the first time in some cases. So it's more of a personal feel to it by seeing what people were writing and the things that they thought was important to them at the time, because there are some diaries in here, so you will get some personal mementos and personal notes. My favorite is Benjamin Chase, where he talks about how homesick he is during the war. These are everyday folks, what they were doing, and how this war affected them. The objects in the Now collection are just one of a kind. They are so amazing. We have a cipher disc in there, which is a decoder disc, but that one is from the Confederate States of America. Another really great object in there is one of the Davis Guard medals. There are 3 Davis Guard medals held in private collections. This is one. In our previous exhibition, Texas, we had another. So this was a really neat item for us to have. This medal was the only one commissioned by Jefferson Davis from the Confederate Congress. And it was given to Dick Dowling and his men for their battle and bravery at the Battle of Sabine Pass. The object originally had a green ribbon on it to say kind of a thank you, since the Dick Dowling and his group were all immigrants from Ireland. So that's a really neat personal piece in there. There's also a Bible that has a bullet hole in it. Everybody always says, I bet that man was a Christian the rest of his life, because that Bible saved his life. So there's some really neat things. There's different types of Union hats, Confederate hats, personal pictures of people during the time. It's one of the largest collections of privately owned Civil War memorabilia.
The personal nature of the exhibition is giving visitors new insight into what they may think is a familiar event.
What we're seeing is a lot of interest, actually, which I'm so thrilled. They're all stopping, they're reading these personal letters, they're listening to the stories. Like I was mentioning Benjamin Chase earlier, you can press and hear him talking about how homesick he is to his mother. They're looking and interacting with the different patents that we see coming into this interactive room for children. They're decoding spy messages. They're looking at the difference between a Union cipher, which we would have in the National Archives, and a Confederate cipher that you'll see in the Now collection. And you're just kind of getting the connections, and you get a lot of aha kind of moments, especially in the interactive touchscreen that we have that shows how the leaders were all connected to each other in some way. They have to remember and go back and think, these guys went to school together, these guys married each other's sisters or cousins, so they were almost all related or connected in a way, and so you get a lot of those, aha, that's why this happened the way that it did. This is the 150th anniversary of the Civil War. We'll be celebrating it from now until 2015. It's important to look back at our history so that we know where we're going for our future and why we feel the way that we do about our country, why states feel the way that they do about their country. History is just one of those things that you learn why you're so proud of the things that you should be proud of and are proud of in our country.
Discovering the Civil War is on display through April 2012. For more information, visit the museum's website at www.hmns.org. For No Time Like the Past, I'm Stacee Hawkins.